believe I'm live. I wasn't gonna do any of this, but why not? Here I am. Yeah, so I'm gonna put a video on as I look at coins. I probably won't talk much because it's the morning and I'm just sitting here drinking coffee, trying to go through these quarters I started last night.
Want to know what double dies from 2010 to 2000?
This is a good video, educational. This guy's good. Coin help you.
19 that you can find right now in your pocket change.
I do.
Stay tuned and I'll show you. Hello everyone, this is Daniel with Coin
Daniel's
Help
his
You
name.
YouTube channel. Please like, share, and comment.
Just came to me.
That little bell beside the subscribe button so you get the notifications for each new video. Today we're going to discuss the 2010 to 2019.
I love
you can still find in your change.
these double dies. That's why I put this on.
Some of these are worth money, and each date and mint has different double dies.
That's right.
So you want to identify which ones are most valuable by the die marks, so that you know what you're looking at.
Key.
There's early die stage, and mid die stage, and late die stage. And I tell you that for those who haven't already watched my other videos, I do recommend watching my other videos. They start all the way from 1959 all the way to 2009.
I'm gonna turn them up a little bit.
In each video. This one is 2010 to 2019, and it is on the new shield design reverse. So let's get started. In these videos, I support coppercoins.com, Wexler's Double Dies, as well as Konica Variety Vista. The work that was put into those websites to put all this information on there is a huge contribution to the hobby and furthers the hobby. You can find the die marks, identify what you can look for in your change or in your collections. When you do go to coppercoins.com, you need to do a die variety search. You type in the date that you choose. You can type in the mint. You can type in what variety you're looking for, or you can just hit submit search and it'll come up all the varieties for that year. And all the branch mints.
Look at that. Look
and
at
as
that.
you can see, you can toggle through different pages. You got your late die stage, mid die stage, early die stage on some of them. It'll also give you a little bit of a value on it. So I do recommend coppercoins.com.
Should I be
So we're going to start off with the 2010 double die verse. This is the 002. You can see extra thickness in the lettering of the Liberty. Also, you can see some little areas of
really quick. That's a lot of what you're looking for. It's just extra thickness.
Marks on by the date and on the reverse. You can see. Very important to look at the die marks, as I always tell you, because different die marks signify a different double die. Here is the 2010 double die reverse. This is the 001. Now you can see in the little initials here, it'll show thickness. And little, also down here, some of these can be kind of difficult to identify, and that's why you got the die marks to look for.
That's right.
That's another reason you want to see these.
Crucial.
These little marks, so that you can ID it. And there are more than one 2010 double dies, and there are more double dies for each date that I'm showing. I'm showing the ones that I thought was most interesting, or I just picked a couple of them at random so that I could show you in this video. Here's a 2011. This is a double die verse 001. You can see a little bit of a thickness here.
0.
And the lettering. Sometimes you might have to compare it to a normal cent to get an idea of what you're looking for here.
It says 0 to me.
Here's some more images. Here's a little mark right here.
Every time.
A little mark right here. That'll help you. Here's a 2011.
Again,
another double die
0.
verse.
Look at that.
And the 004 has a little value to it. This is the one you would like to find. At AU50, it's 70 bucks. It can get up to $200 in Mint State 65.
No shit.
So you know, $10, $20, you find something in your change, and if you find one in your change.
Damn, I almost went 5 minutes without swearing.
And you can see that how it looks here. It looks kind of flatter, but it's actually thicker. Same here. And here's a little area on the coin. Trying to go and show you kind of slowly here, because this is one that you want to look for. So not all the 2011s are worth that much. Like I say, I recommend you go to Copper
I need
Coins,
some
and it's
music
actually
up on
class
this
4
channel,
plus
eh?
class 8, and that's one of the reasons why it has this appearance. And here is the 2011 plane, and you can see the 2 double die reverses here. And you can look in the initials and it shows you these are a little more valuable, as you can see. So you want to find those as well. Here's a close-up of some of the images of what you're looking for when you're seeing these. It almost looks distorted. That's your doubled initials there. Here's some die marks it shows in other areas. Here's
like
some
to
more
find
die
another
marks.
burning
Trying to go
building.
kind of slow here. You get an idea, but your reverse, double dies are pretty good in your 2010 to 2019.
I am just
Here's
not
the
saving
2012.
coins
This is
anymore.
the double die verse. This is the 003.
Unless they're perfect.
You can see the thickness of the Liberty. There's some die mark images. Then here's the 2012. This is a double die reverse. This is the 001. You can see the split right here. A little die mark here.
Oh yeah.
Just kind of looking at the initials is where a lot
I
of
gotta
the
look at the initials
double features
more often.
are. And here's the die mark and the shield. Another little
die
die mark, die
markers,
crack here. See,
die
this is where a
marks.
die crack can help identify a variety,
Mm-hmm.
but is not the variety itself. And here's 2013. This one
This
here is
guy.
mostly identified just
This guy can have a double die on him, so I will probably put that aside to look at closer. Any of the Denver minted bicentennials can have a double die. What's this guy's name? Daniel. Let's go back to Daniel. It's fun, huh?
see the little thickness of the Liberty. The class of double dies these are, they're not doubled everywhere. There's just certain areas. Here's
Class.
some more die marks here.
Notice he said class. There's like, is there 9 classes of double dies? Each one kind of different. Probably go over that sometime because I need to learn a lot more about it.
Here. Little die mark here. Here's another 2013. Looking at the designer initials again.
Yeah, those are obvious.
Here's some more die marks.
It's like they're smeared.
A lot of die marks underneath here. You can see them on the E pluribus unum. On the 2014, you see the
Over
thickness
Wexler.
and also just a little notching there.
Oh yeah.
And this is Wexler's double dies. And I do recommend
that
that you
boy,
go
I
to
have that
Wexler
one.
double dies. It
That's
shows you
nice.
on one page most of them all together here. They don't have the values on it. You can go to eBay sold auctions and look up the values.
That's
for
what I
these.
do.
That's your 2014. Like I said, you can just type in, wexlersdoubledies.com and you can go to the Shield Scent double dies. And here is a 2015. As you can see, the thickness and the little die scratches here. The little die chip, little crack.
Mm-hmm.
See another little mark, so it just helps you identify them. There's, obviously
Edith.
more than one, and you're more, you can do the search yourself. Here's a 2016. So as you can see, there's one for every year. Here's the thickening of the Liberty, and it seems to be a pattern on these. The Liberty's thicker on most of these. Sometimes it's the date, and then on the reverse double dies, it seems that a lot of times it's the initials. So those are kind of focal points that you want to look up, like what they call the pickup points.
That's right. Ding, ding, ding.
2017, same thing here, thickening of the letter. There's more information.
These are like a freaking rabbit hole. These are the ones that you don't really, they don't look like double dies, so you can spend a lot of time learning these. So last night on my video I was looking through some coins I had saved as double dies, and you look at them and you're not seeing the typical, what I would say, the classic signs of a double die, but I save them for a reason, and generally I have a good reason if I save something. And yeah, but these little teeny tiny little things you see on these, I don't think they're worth a lot, but for just the value of you know, collecting errors, which is what I do, you know, it's a good time. The shiny little coin there. All right, back to Daniel.
On the website here, if you do some research, and there's, like I said, there's always more than one for these. So there's die marks and things. And then the 2018, we have a little thickness here. This is actually on the date. And you have thickness in the Liberty here.
Smeared.
You know, that's a lot thicker than in the normal Liberty, and that's what you look for.
That's right.
And I kind of scroll down through. You can see it on the Gods We Trust. Little die mark here. And for 2019, there's no double dies that have been reported.
What?
But
oh no, there are.
It's still early.
Okay,
and right now, the newest and latest news that's exciting is that their West Point Mint is going to put a W Mint mark on some proof 2019 Lincoln Cents, and they're going to
yeah,
and they're going to release some improved sets.
Not only do they have proofs, they release reverse proofs, which are one of my favorite coins, and I have some of each. I actually have one of the first day of minted. It's a proof. I think it's a proof 69. I bought. I'm kind of a weirdo for West Point minted stuff. Excuse me, obviously. So, and okay, so this video came out early in 2019, and I'm here to tell you, there's some really cool 2019 double die obverse out there.
So maybe look out for missing W Mint mark on a proof. The Mint did say they were going to release some rare coin into circulation, or at least rare coins in the collecting community.
That must be
I mean,
reverse.
you just never put past them what they might come up with and try to do. Also, I want to show you on Konica Variety Vista that you can go down through, and you can go to their 2011. They have all the way up to 2017. They have the die marks here. They actually do have the 18, I see. So you can see all of the little extra thickness, and you can shows you where there's scratches at on the dies, the die scratches and chips and things like that. It's a good idea.
I don't know that site.
And like I said, you can go to Wexler's site here and look up the Shield Cent double dies to look up more information on these. So anyways, I hope this showed you a few coins to look for, and some exciting double dies that have yet to gain a whole lot of value yet, but in the future you never know how much they're going to be worth. A lot of them, the values are based on how high the coin grades anyways. So thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, and comment, and click that little bell beside the subscribe button, and have a great day.
How do you know if you have a rare 2017 Lincoln penny? In this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to make sure I'm missing any rare 2017 Lincoln penny worth potentially thousands of dollars. Welcome back to Old Money Prices. If this is your first time here and you want to learn more about rare coins and paper money, start now by subscribing and clicking that bell so you don't miss anything. Let's jump right into the video. Up first, we have a 2017 P Lincoln Cent penny here. The first thing you want to know is that P mint mark underneath the date. The P mint mark stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where this coin was minted. Depending on where your coin was minted will depend on how much it's worth and how many coins were minted for that mint. Keep in mind, when it comes to coins, 2017 is literally not that long ago. This is considered modern. For a modern coin to be worth money, it needs to have some sort of significant variation or error or something going on. It has to be in really good condition. There has to be a reason for it to sell for a lot of money. Realize that if your penny is worth even $1, that's a 100 times gain, which is crazy. But the coins I'm going over in this video are worth a lot more than just $1. So again, most pennies that you come across are only going to be worth a few pennies, especially the more modern ones. But these are the things you want to look out for. So this coin sold for a decent amount of money. The person that sold this coin was saying that it's a floating head. You can kind of see in his collar area that it looks like his head is floating. If you have a coin that looks like this, it could be worth a good amount of money. It really depends on how much a collector is willing to pay. But this coin sold for $12, which is a
Let's you know what? get on over to eBay and look floating head 2017p. Wow, $500, right? Get out of here with that crap. Go down here to sold every time. All right. Wow. Really? 25 bucks? What the shut up. That did not sell for $900. Am I still in the sold listings? Am I on friggin' planet Earth? Who spent $900 on a... Okay, this is weird. What is this? Okay, you know what this is? Is this in a... Is this graded? What's that in? It looks like it's in a capsule. That looks like a Vice coin to me. It is a Vice coin. And the reason you know that, everything's backwards. Hey, like some tailor-mades. Okay, well, these are selling. There's no way that sold for $900. That's kind of why I want to do this kind of stuff, to be like, yo. Makes me want to look through all my 2017s.
A huge increase from just 1 penny. Imagine just getting a penny and being able to sell it for $12. If you had 10 of these pennies, you could sell it for $120. 10 cents into 120, that's huge. Up next, we have a 2017p 1 cent penny graded by NGC, a mint state 67 red. So this is where the real value gets in here. So grading your coin, the highest grade you can get in grading is 70. A lot of the time, it's not worth getting your coin graded, but in an instance like this, you can turn 1 penny into hundreds of dollars, which is crazy, or sometimes thousands. So because this coin, graded so highly, the condition is really, really nice. Not many coins can grade this highly. So if you come across a penny,
let's see if my camera actually works today. Of course it doesn't. Anyways, I have an entire bag of brand new 2017. I guess I need to go through now, because holy cow. Doesn't seem to be too many of them out there that are selling, so alright.
That looks really nice. There's not a lot of scratches, pretty lustrous, it's shiny. It may be worth sending off to get graded, because this 1 penny sold for $199. Up next, we have a 2017.
You gotta look into the grading costs, though. Shipping, grading, membership. There's plenty of videos out there. I was gonna say I'll do a video on it, but there's no need for that. There's videos out there on how to grade, what to grade, how to be careful. You can lose your ass grading, so yeah.
P 1 cent penny here. Now this was graded as a heavily clashed die error. You can see like in the zoomed in area here, you can see on the coin that looks like there's some sort of error and clashing going on the coin there. This is considered a mint error. If you have anything like this happening on your coin, it will be worth a lot more money than just 1 penny. This coin sold for $150. This is where the real money is, right here with this coin. So here we have a 2017 1 cent Lincoln Shield cent here. This one was graded by NGC, a mint state 69 red. This is only 1 point away from that perfect grade of 70. So I would say the majority of the time, your 1 penny is not going to be worth this much money, but if it looks really nice, it could be. And the last thing you want to happen is if your coin, you don't want to just sell your coin for a few dollars if it's worth thousands of dollars, right? I'm always stressing to my viewers, get it appraised by multiple people. You don't want to trust the first person that you come across unless you know them, right? If they're a friend or a family member or someone that was recommended to you that's trustworthy, that's okay. You can trust trust them. But if not, you want to get the appraisal of at least 3 people. That's my opinion. Because really, the last thing you want is to sell this coin for a few dollars when it's worth thousands of dollars. I offer a service. You can hit the join button below. You can cancel at any time, but you can send me photos if you join my silver membership. But really, you don't have to do that. All you got to do is find at least 3 people. I don't recommend going to a pawn shop, but this penny sold for so much money, guys. So I recommend going to a local coin shop. You know, spend that time if you think that you have something rare. But you know, it's just crazy to see these pennies bringing so much money in a market.
Is this guy making me wait around to the end to tell me the value? How much does damn thing sell for, bruh?
Like this, you know, this is the height of the market. You can see collectibles in general are just going up so much in value.
True.
And these pennies, you know, if they're graded highly and they look really nice or they have some sort of error, they can bring crazy amounts of money. But this one penny, the graded as I meant say 69, sold for $1,699. That's $1,700 for this one penny here.
It is. Hey, this is an 83 Philly, and I'm gonna save it. There's not a lot of good 83 quarters out there, so hang on to them if you got a nice one.
Hit that subscribe button. It really does help out with the YouTube algorithm. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you in the next video.
How valuable can a 2017 penny be? Regular pennies struck for business use. Are they worth looking for? Are they worth saving? We'll talk about them right after this.
How much money do you really have in your pocket? A $204,000 penny found by a teenager. A $10,000 coin found in a Cheerios box.
Cheerios.
And an $18,000 penny found by one of our viewers. Got coins? JB Coins Inc. on YouTube. Daily videos and free giveaways.
What a little
Join us today.
Nice little commercial.
Hey YouTubers, this is J and B.
Is that
and in
zero?
this video,
zero?
we will
Yeah,
talk
like it's
about
doubled.
2000.
That's a double die. Obverse. You can see Liberty. It looks, unless it's the lighting. Alright.
2017 pennies. And those who watch our videos will know that we did in the past many videos about them. But since over 4 years has passed since they were issued, we want to see where their value is now and give you some exciting updates about them. We're curious especially about pennies struck at the Philadelphia Mint, since they were highly sought after when they were being minted. If you or any topic related to coins and currency, please consider subscribing.
I swear that thing is doubled.
So we
Look at
can
that R.
help your numismatic knowledge grow while you help us grow our channel. So, let's start with regular pennies struck for business use at the Philadelphia and Denver mints.
Let's do it.
The Philadelphia Mint struck 4.3 billion pennies that year.
That's a lot of pennies.
A large but very typical number for newer pennies. These pennies will bear a P mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint decided to celebrate their 225th anniversary and decided to make the Lincoln cent minted in 2017 very special and placed a P mint mark on the pennies during that year only. From this point of view alone, this year is very special and highly collectible. The Mint also pulled a fast one.
They're alright.
They didn't tell anyone until the pennies came out and people started to discover the new mint mark. Also, when you see a 2017 penny, check if it has a mint mark. Since it is a transitional penny struck with the letter P only for 1 year, many collectors hope that the Philadelphia Mint struck some in error without the mint mark.
I've not seen one,
So far,
but I've been looking.
no news of any discoveries. But remember, many error coins were discovered many years after the coins were struck, sometimes decades. So pay attention to them. The first 2017 P pennies were found in 2017, and even boxes of them were selling on eBay for huge money. The boxes of 50 penny rolls were selling for $600, $700, and even more. So,
$25
how does this
of pennies.
situation look today? Well, the boxes start
Face
on
value.
eBay for $150 and go up depending on the seller. We truly are surprised that they're still selling for such great money. The 2017 pennies have many, many errors like DDO, DDR, multiple die cracks, die clashes, CUDs. We can't possibly list them all.
Probably
For that, you need to check our error and variety list on our website, jbcoinsinc.com. Some are very valuable, like the TDO, or triple die obverse.
What?
Speaking of coins in high grade,
Can you show
the
that now?
highest grade known for a 2017 penny is MS68 Red.
Really?
When this
Bump, 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 bump. Is there a triple die? Tripled? Bump, bump. I'm just gonna have to take your word for it, buddy.
coin was sold for the first time in 2017, it brought $600. At that time,
Look at
only
that,
5
pretty
examples were graded by the grading companies. Now, the number is over 40. However, none have gone to auction. So
Keeper.
we don't know how much it would sell for today. MS68 grade is a high grade, so definitely searching unopened rolls of 2017 pennies or buying uncirculated mint sets is the best option to find a coin in that high of a grade.
It's true. Coin roll
And
hunting
before
is
we start
good
talking
for
about the
that.
pennies struck at the Denver Mint, we will share with you one amazing and pricey error, and also the most expensive 2017 P penny. So the coin you see in this picture is the actual coin. It's graded by NGC as Lincoln Cent 2 coin bonded pair
Aw.
MS65 Red. It's a really cool looking error. And this amazing coin sold at auction for even more amazing price. $4,500.
Can you imagine?
How cool is that? Now, moving on to the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint struck 4.2 billion pennies that year,
A couple.
a very close number to the Philadelphia Mint. And they will bear a D mint mark. The highest grade known is also MS68 Red, and in 2018, many of them sold in that grade for around $400. And the value at the
everywhere.
time was, on average, $400. But since that time, only a few other examples got sold, and their price actually went up. The latest sale of this coin from July of last year brought almost $1,600. What a great increase. So definitely look for 2017 pennies from both mints. As for proof pennies struck at the San Francisco Mint that year, we won't spend a lot of time here since they're not worth a lot.
What?
They will have an S mint mark and a shiny proof finish. They were struck only for collectors and not released into circulation. They were struck with good quality, like most of the proof pennies, and in the highest grade, proof 7.
So those, it's called Cameo, right? Basically sandblasted the devices to give it that grainy look. I think they're pretty cool the way it, you know, clashes against the mirrored fields. Proof coins are pretty sweet.
70 decam or deep cameo,
There you go, see?
which is the best possible finish on the coin. It sells on average for only $25. The San Francisco Mint struck that year also an enhanced uncirculated
once in a
penny
while,
that
special
were
ones.
sold in enhanced uncirculated coin sets. They were issued to celebrate the 225th anniversary of the U.S. Mint, and they were sold out at the Mint within a minute.
Darn.
Beautiful coins, they will have a special finish. You can see the comparison in this picture. The San Francisco Mint struck only 977,000 of them. They do sell for more than proof pennies and are very collectible.
Huh.
From a monetary point of view, the business strike pennies are worth more. But again, if you're collecting Lincoln cents, you need to have them all. And the year 2017 is definitely a very important one in the entire Lincoln cent series.
It's true, I suppose.
So what do you think about the 2000?
This could be a pre-cut die break. And the reason I'm saying that, what the hell did I do with my toothpick? Alright. This guy has a big die break, starting right here, coming up through the wing, probably ran along the wing here, cut across to the old head, and looks like it came down this way. But it also has one coming from here up through here. So at some point that thing broke off probably and created a large cud on a future coin. I don't know if I want to save it or not. Sometimes I'll just do this just for fun. But then I remember what it probably is and kind of get a little grossed out. I'm going to toss it. You're out, pal. Okay.
17 pennies. Do you think it's worth looking for? Please let us know in the comments section below. We'd love to hear from you. Also, please watch our video about error quarters struck in 2020. You'll be nicely surprised how many of them exist and how valuable some of them are. And before we sign off, we'd like to say thank you to all of our JB Coins Inc. members. If you wish to join us, please follow the link below this video. So we hope you're excited as much as we are. We hope you liked this video and found it helpful. And if you did, please like, share, and subscribe so we can create more videos for you. Also, please remember to hit the little bell.
It'd be pretty cool to
and
just do
set
this
it
for
so
a
you'll be
living.
notified whenever we upload a new video or do a live stream. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.
I want to look at that. I mean, we're kind of looking for West Point quarters. Let's go. Why not?
How valuable can a 2020 quarter be? The quarter struck at the West Point Mint. Is it rare? What's so special about it? We'll talk to you about them.
If it's graded, it can be worth, I think, one
How
sold
much
for
money
quite a
do
bit
you
more.
really have in your
Great.
pocket?
Oh, song's in my head again.
A $204,000 penny found by a teenager. A $10,000 coin found in a Cheerios box.
That's the Cheerios dollar.
And an $18,000 penny found by one of...
That's the special 1969 double die obverse San Francisco Mint. You can see on that bad boy, the doubling. Sweet. Imagine finding that.
our viewers. Got coins? JB Coins Inc. on YouTube. Daily videos and free giveaways. Join us today.
That's it. I need a fancy
Hey
commercial.
YouTubers, this is J and B. In this video, we will talk again about
Wait, is he two
quarters
people?
struck in the year 2020 at the West
My
Point.
man.
We did many videos
man.
about these special quarters back in 2019 and 2020 when they were about to be released. In this video, we will give you some updates about them, including their recent values. If you like this topic or any topic related to coins and currency, please consider subscribing so we can help your numismatic knowledge grow while you help us grow our channel. The 2020 quarters struck at the West Point Mint will bear a W mint mark. Also, each of the 2020 W quarters was struck with a privy mark that appeared on the coin's obverse in the field in front of George Washington's portrait above the inscription Liberty. The privy mark was actually sculpted directly into the master die. The privy mark shows V75 to recognize the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II. Like the 2019 production of quarters struck at the West Point,
I'm going to open a few new rolls. These have just been ones I opened last night.
Will comprise 2 million of each of that year's America the Beautiful quarter dollars. The 5 2020 quarter dollars bear reverse designs celebrating the National Park of American Samoa, Weir Farm National Historic Site in Connecticut.
That's probably the one I have the most of.
Salt River Bay National Historical Park and Ecological Preserve in the U.S. Virgin Islands, Marsh Billings Rockefeller National Historical Park in Vermont, and the Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve.
That's probably my favorite coin.
The 2020 W quarter dollars
I like butterflies.
were mixed in with circulation quality production quarters from the Denver and Philadelphia mints. So just like the 2019 W quarters, you couldn't buy them directly from the U.S. Mint, but rather you need to find them in circulation. Because of the privy mark, these quarters are very collectible. Today you can buy them graded and ungraded as a raw coin. Most of the sales happen on eBay, and here we will share with you their recent sales.
Let's do it.
Before we do it, just so you know, for most of them, the highest grade is MS67.
Yeah, hard to find.
And they sell
really
on
nice
average
ones.
for around $500 to $600. The recent sale of the 2020 W American Samoa in MS67 grade brought $621. The 2020 W Salt River quarter in the same grade sold at auction for $466. So you can clearly see the pattern here. Some quarters are known to exist in MS68 grade, and they sell for a lot, depending on how many are known to exist in that particular series. Remember, we always say in our videos, the population, not the mintage of the coin, is the most important factor in any coin's value.
This guy has some clashing
and here you
on him.
have,
I do believe, not on the back. A little bit on the back. Really not a very strong die clash, but I'll show you what I'm looking at. What tipped me off first, well, I started looking at this little mark right here, and I don't actually think that is anything. But as I looked at it, I saw this right here. What's the better way? Right there. In the light, I see this little line coming off right here. That's from the wing. This is not really a saver. 83s are very well known, I think, for their clash dies. If you turn it over, what we're looking at is right here, I believe. Right here. And you can actually see his forehead right here. And a little line coming off the wing, I think. Maybe not. But this is his hair right here. This little rounded spot. Not really something I'm gonna save. Typically, you'll see his neck come down from the eagle's beak. Okay, back to the dude.
a perfect example of it. Since all of the 2020, the 5 different designs of W quarters have the same mintage.
It's almost a wart on that
each.
bad boy's nose.
And here we go with the values on the MS-68 quarters. This 2020 W Salt River quarter sold at auction for $5,999.
Imagine.
Not bad, right?
Not
Especially
bad. I'd sell that.
for a newer quarter. But it only gets better. This 2020 W Tall Grass Prairie quarter in MS-68 grade sold for $13,000. Wow. There's only 3 of the W Tallgrass Prairie quarters that exist in MS-68 grade, and this was the first one sold.
I guess this is the beauty of them being released into circulation, because when you find really nice ones, man, they're gonna you know, you get that graded, it's gonna be worth a lot, and there's gonna be very low populations of high grades. And he's right about that. That is basically determines the value. Not how many were minted, how many are out there in good condition.
Tip for you. Most of the time, that first sale brings the most. Yeah. So if you have a coin in top grade and you're thinking about selling it,
all beat up.
Don't wait too long.
I'm gonna weigh it just cause.
So what do you think about the 2020 W quarters?
I love them.
Do you think it's worth looking for?
Yeah.
Please let us know in the comment section below. We would love to hear from
tolerance.
you. Also, please watch our video about errors on coins struck in the 2021. You'll be nicely surprised how many of them exist and how valuable some of them are. And before we sign off, we'd like to say thank you to all of our JB Coins Inc. members. If you wish to join us, please follow the link below this video. So, we hope you're as excited as we are. We hope you liked this short video and found it helpful. And if you did, please like, share, and subscribe so we can create more videos for you. Also, please remember to hit the little bell and set it so you'll be notified whenever we upload a new video or do a live stream. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.
Thanks for the quality content, pal. Ooh. Boy, I'm kind of wanting to watch that, but I want to see what I have next in the queue here. Let's just let her play. I don't know who this dude is.
Coin on.
Oh, no.
Hey there, YouTube coin community. This
Hello.
is Dustin with CoinOp.
Dustin.
And this is our first video of 2017. So we'd like to welcome in 2017 with everybody in the coin community here on YouTube.
Aww.
We do have
I should
a
welcome
lot
people.
that we are working on for the 2017 year. A lot with both here on YouTube, along with Facebook with the coin groups, and with our website. We will keep you posted. And
Boy, those friendly Facebook coin groups. Hey, am I right?
anything up and coming that we might have. So we're going to dive right on into this video. Tonight, we are going to be taking a look at the most valuable Lincoln cent varieties that you can find in your pocket change while you're coin searching that are in the 1990s. I'm going to do another one of these videos for the 2000s, and then one more for 2010 through 2016. So stay tuned for those videos. This will be the first part of it.
Look, cups.
But anyhow, when you are separating and searching your coins, you are like me. When I separate and search coins, I separate them by year. First, I put them in like 1980s, 1990s, 2000s, and then I go back through and I separate them once again.
I don't do that.
Year
It takes
of
too long.
1990, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. And that way I can pull up any of my references and look exactly for each year and know what it is that I'm looking for each particular year. So in this little video right here, I'm going to be showing you
Here's your ghost
the
comet.
varieties that I search for in the
Behind her
1990s.
to the left of her
This is
head.
literally what I separate and search for. So
I
these are
don't
going to be
save
the top
those.
varieties that you can find in the Lincoln cents in the
No,
1990s.
I'm gonna save it.
That you literally can find
I'll look it
in
up.
your pocket change. People do find these. So let's get started.
This
Now,
could be a West
first up,
Point.
I put the 1992 and the 1992D Close AM, Lincoln Cents in the same group.
This is a banger.
And the reason that I did that
That's
is
a big
both
one,
of
the
them
92.
are extremely rare, and both of them fetch an exuberant amount of money for what they are. Out of all the Lincoln Cent varieties in the 1990s, these two would be by far the rarest. Now in 1992, they started to develop the reverse that was going to be used in 1993 and on. And that reverse has a close AM up on the America on the reverse, and the designer's initials are a little bit different, and they are closer to the Memorial Building. So this design was intended for 1993 and beyond, and some of them got used on the 1992 Philadelphia, which are no mint mark, and then the 1992 Denver mint, which would have a D on it. So when you are searching your change, make sure you take all your 1992s, your Lincoln Cent 1992s, put them aside and take a very close look at them.
Down to the last $100 in this box, which is cool. And then that box is empty. Pop, 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 pop. So I'm opening a roll, and I'm going through how I have 729 drop frames. What's up with that? Why? Alright, back to it. What the? I don't know why that looks weird to me. Okay.
Find a 1992 close AM or a 1992 D close AM. Give you an example. Recently, a 1992 close AM sold for $24,056.
Yeah, they're stupid expensive.
A 1992 D close AM recently sold for $20,700.
There's 15
now,
of those
circulated
known.
grades, these will sell anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000.
Yep.
Uncirculated, they go anywhere between $5,000 and $24,000.
How about that for a penny?
Definitely look for these. Okay, we are going to be taking a look now at a 1994 double die reverse. You can find these
There's a big obverse double die on that one too.
The 1992 D and 1992 Philadelphia Mint close AMs. Those are tough ones to find. Now this 1994 double die reverse, it is listed as WDDR-001. Doubling shows on the reverse as extra columns in the last two bays of the Memorial Building.
Huh. See, I don't know that one.
It looks like extra columns in the Memorial bays. Now, circulated examples of these, depending on condition, trade anywhere from $10 to $45, and uncirculated examples can range anywhere from $65 up to $250. And you can find these, like I said, in pocket change. They're found all the time. Okay, we are now looking at a 1995 double die adverse.
It's really big
now,
separation.
This is a class 5 double die, and a strong spread shows on Liberty and on the motto. Barely anything shows on the date. It's over on the other side of the screen. Now, this is actually quite a common double die. You will see these quite a bit on eBay. You can find these in pocket change. I have found, searching over the years, I think a total now of 6.
Oh, no kidding. I've never found one.
Circulated examples. But circulated examples tend to trade anywhere from $5 up to $20.
Really?
And uncirculated examples can trade anywhere from $25 to $60.
What did you say? That was a 95? Yeah. Let's take a look on eBay. DDO cent. These are sold listings again. Okay, Mint State 67. So you got a graded coin selling for 85 bucks. Horrible pictures, bro. Come on. I mean, you can see the spread, but come on. I'm not trying to shit on anybody here. Oh, this is... Somebody got hosed right here. That is not a double die. That is machine doubling. Really? $5? What we got? Oh boy, I think it's the date again. He's saying the date is doubled. I don't see any doubling on that coin. No. Now this is what doubling looks like. Look at that. Oftentimes people talk about a split serif, and that's what you see right there on the G. You can see that little notch right in there. You'll hear that word notching. This is clearly doubled. Notching on the Y, notching on the R. I mean, you know, plus you can just see. Nice, dude. That's a fine coin and a good sale. What'd that sell for? 55? Yeah, it's a nice coin. Cool to find that, huh? Well, okay.
I have found, searching over the years, I think a total now.
Just gonna go a little bit longer and then stop.
Most of them circulated examples. But circulated examples tend to trade anywhere from $5 up to $20, and uncirculated examples can trade anywhere from $25 to $60, and then your really high MS grades can sometimes trade for much more. So this is a 1995 double-die adverse. Okay, we are moving on to a 1995 D double die adverse.
What is that? In God We Trust?
1995. This is a double die adverse. This one
some
is
up
listed
there.
as FS 103. Now there are two minor double dies that were listed prior to this one. This one is the double die type 3, but it is the strongest for the 1995 Denver Mint.
Huh.
It is a very desirable double die, and it is often overlooked because everybody's always looking for the 1995 double die adverse, and they don't tend to look at the 1995 D, which they should because they fetch a
Good
lot
picture
more
right
money.
there.
Circulated examples can range anywhere from $30 to $175.
Not bad for a
Keep in
penny.
mind that does depend on condition. And uncirculated examples can trade anywhere from $200 to $500. And very high MS, very high grade
Nice
ones
one.
will sometimes trade for more.
Not
And
a
this
quarter.
is a class 5 double die. And a strong clockwise spread shows on the motto, the date, mint mark, beard, and on the eyelid. So definitely keep your eyes open for this one. Okay, now we are looking at a 1997 double die adverse. This is one of my favorite varieties because it is a doubled ear variety.
Oh,
There are
there
a
you
few
go.
other double ear varieties, 1984, 1988.
My boy
This one
Jess
happens to
always
be one
talking
of
about the
my favorite
97
double
doubled
ear
ear.
varieties. You can find these, once again, in pocket change. All of these varieties you can find in pocket change that you have seen. Now, the 1997 double die adverse is a class 4 and a class 8 double die. Strong spread shows, of course, on the earlobe and on the hair curl on top of the ear. Those are the two things that you are looking for. Now, circulated examples.
It's hard
of
to
this
see.
one,
Maybe
once
it's the
again, depends on
picture.
condition, trade anywhere from $5 up to $25. And uncirculated examples trade anywhere from $30 to $60. And of course, your really high super MS grades trade for much more.
That's pretty common.
Okay, we are taking a look at a 1998 wide AM.
These quarters aren't very spectacular.
99, and
say.
2000, you can actually find these wide AM varieties. They should all be close AMs. What happened was they ended up using the reverse of some of the proof dies. So the proofs actually do have the wide AM. The business strike, which is what's in your pocket change, that is not a proof coin, that is a business strike, should have a close AM. Some of them don't. Now, 1998 wide AMs are more readily available than the 1999 or the 2000. So circulated examples, when you find them, trade anywhere from $1 to $8, depending on condition. And uncirculated examples can trade anywhere from $10 to $20. So do keep your eyes open for these.
Still not bad for a penny.
Okay, now we are taking a look
The rare
at a 1999
99.
wide AM Lincoln Cent. Out of the 1998, the 1999,
That was a horrible roll of quarters.
2000 wide AM Lincoln Cents, the 1999.
Why is it at the bottom,
by
all these
far
damn
the most
boxes?
valuable. It is also much more scarce than the
Day
1998
junkie.
or the 2000. Once again, it should have a close AM, but they ended up using some of the reverse from the proof strikes on the business strikes, and we now have this wide AM example for you to go search and find. Now, if you do happen to find a 1999 wide AM, circulated examples trade anywhere from $15 up to $60. Uncirculated examples can trade anywhere from $75 to $200, depending on condition. And once again, very high MS, very high super grade coins trade much more. Well, we seriously hope you enjoyed this video, so definitely keep your eyes
Seriously
open.
did, bro.
Every variety that I just mentioned, you can find in pocket change. You can find these searching. You can go to the bank, buy a $25 box of pennies, and search them and potentially find one of these. You can pull them right out of your pocket. So
That's right.
I keep saying, always be searching, keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled. You will eventually find these if you keep looking. We do hope that your 2016 was an excellent one, and we do hope that this 2017.
Let me think back. How was 2016? I think that was a good year for me.
We hope that you will subscribe to our channel, and we hope that you hit that like button and help us make this 2017 an excellent one. Feel free to share any of our material. If you have not checked out our website, you can do
Thanks,
so
man.
at varietyerrors.com. Once again, it is varietyerrors.com. You can also find me on Facebook, on the CoinOp Facebook group page, and also in the Variety and Error Coin group on Facebook as well.
Okay.
I will post links down in the comments
Might do
to all
that.
of those groups that I just mentioned. You can also just click the links at the top of
Whoa.
our channel page.
I'm so sorry.
Make sure you hit that like button. Hitting that like button does help us out. The more people hit that like button, the more YouTube will share our content with other people. So if you'd like to help the channel, hit that like button. And thanks for your views.
Got it, pal. Dang, this dude's got some like serious people working on his stuff. We got a team doing some Jedi mind trick stuff on me there. Did I subscribe?
Hello
to this
everybody,
guy?
Christian from Treasure Town here,
Yeah.
and today we're going to
Do
be
it next
getting into
time.
the top 50 most valuable pennies in United States
enjoy
history.
Treasure Town.
And as a surprise, 1909S, which is the coin in front of us, VDB, is going to be number 40. So as you can tell, there's going to be a ton of incredible things to look for, whether that's in your pocket
Ooh, look at
change,
36
in
double.
collections, or just to be aware of. The first that we're going to start with is the 1936 at number 50, double die obverse, and doubling is when they produce the dies that strike coins. Sometimes they would double them and have the impression be, come down twice. So in this case, you can really clearly tell where they doubled it. There's 2 clear serifs in the 9. The 3 is totally distorted. The 6 is way thicker, and you can tell that there's like a 1 to the northeast and the southwest. And these start at about $100 and range up to about 8,000 in nicer condition. And I'm going to try to go pretty quickly. Number 49 are different key date and semi-key wheat cents. And so wheat cents were made from 1909 to 1958 with this wheat year reverse. And the first year that they were made, 1909, they had the S mint, which is the mint mark is below the date. And if it's not there, it means it was minted in Philadelphia. But you want to be looking for 09S, 14D, and 31S are the key dates. And then the semi-keys are the other ones that I listed. Those are just going to have a good bit of value, but they kind of range from 5 and then in really nice condition, hundreds of thousands. But the next one after that is, you can tell, again, very clear doubling in this one. A double die obverse where the Liberty is super doubled. You can see super clear split serifs all through it. This is a proof coin struck at the San Francisco Mint, not for circulation, but for collectors, and they still messed up and made an error. So these have some pretty significant values. Number 47 is a 1917 double die obverse, and you can see the clear sort of shelving in the trust, and in God We Trust, and it turns at 1917. Without it, might just be worth 50 cents or $1 into like a $350 to $6,000 coin. Number 46, we have 1972. There were lots of different double die obverses in 1972, and some of them are just worth 5 to 1917 double die obverse. You can see the clear sort of shelving in the trust, and in God We Trust, and it turns at 1917. Without it, might just be worth 50 cents or $1 into like a $350 to $6,000 coin. Number 46, we have in 1972. There were lots of different double die obverses in 1972, and some of them are just worth 5 to $50. But this specific version is quite expensive, and you can see the clear shelving in the inside of the D and the O, and basically all of the lettering in God We Trust. And 1979, there were some die breaks that were made, but this can actually be found, and this is number 45 on any type of coin. Sometimes, again, these are just worth like 20, $50, but for a really big die break like this one, it sold for over $1,000 in 2021. Crazy. And when the dies that strike the coins get worn down because they're striking thousands and thousands of coins, some of the metal can chip off, and when the metal chips off, then all the metal flows to where the die has broken down, and it disappears from the other side. Number 44 is the 1970S double die obverse. It's just a bit rarer, really strong north-south doubling in Liberty, and then all of that, again, it looks like you're seeing double in God We Trust. This one sort of has a floor that's a bit higher than some of the previous double dies, but the values are only going to climb. We'll talk about the key date Indian head cents. So these were made from 1859 to 1909 before the wheat penny, and they have a Native American on the front of the coin, but the best ones to look for
actually Liberty in an Indian headdress. Come on.
Are 1908S and 1909S. There's a S mint mark San Francisco right here. Those are the only 2 mint mark coins, but some of the semi-key coins, really anything before 1879 is a pretty good one. There's one specific date that we'll talk about, but those are in addition to 1908S and 1909S. Then number 42 is the no D mint mark strong reverse. There's also a weak reverse version, but basically 1922 they only made them at the Denver Mint, but there were some where they didn't have a very strong Denver mint mark, and so those are extremely valuable, starting out at around $750. And the strong reverse, there's a version where the reverse is really weak and muted, similar to the front of the coin. These don't come in like really nice condition, but they are quite a valuable coin and a key date Lincoln wheat penny.
Did not know
1877 is the big date. I know I talked about pre-1879 or 79 and back, but 1877 is like the really good date for the Indian head cent series, and so in really worn conditions you're still going to have at least $1,000, so it's a great key date to look for. And similarly, number 40 is our 1909 S VDB Lincoln cent. So that first year everybody was hoarding the 1909 pennies, but the S mint had a very low mintage, and people kind of overlooked them. But in addition to that,
Even though it's
the
snowing.
engraver, Victor David Brenner, put his initials pretty prominently on the reverse, and people got upset about it and told him to take them off, so they struck far fewer with the VDB than without the VDB, and that's why that one is a rare one. It's sort of
Look at
the
that 81
well-known
S,
coin
huh?
in history, but
That's
then number
cool.
39 here is our 1955
Nice
Lincoln
little
cent
proof
with a
coin.
double die obverse.
Let's go.
Probably the strongest doubling of any double die that I'm
Yeah,
aware
look
of
at that
that's
55.
commonly collected, and was made in 1955, super visible to the naked eye, and they're worth thousands of dollars. Number 38 is a Lincoln cent that was struck
will
onto
come
a
off,
New
it
Hampshire
appears.
quarter. This sold for $13,200
quarter.
bucks, and
Hey, I
you
got
can see very
something.
clearly that this New Hampshire
Look at
quarter,
me
which
go.
also would have been struck in 2000, made its way through some penny dies and
A
was
friggin'
struck.
time.
Very clean looking coin and sold for, again, 5 figures. After that, our next coin is going to be the Close AM 1992 Lincoln cent. In 1992, most of the coins were supposed to have the wide AM, but some of the coins, which were made, I believe, for proof dies, had the A and the M much closer to touching, and those sort of start around $2,000 or $1,000 from some worse condition items and range up to about 10,000 bucks. So pretty great. And number 36 is its close cousin, the 1992D Close AM. So on the left, normal AM, but here's the closer touching A and M coin that's going to have a pretty similarly valuable, amount of money that it's worth compared to the last one.
I think that the 92 Close AM, the Denver. I think I read the other day on PCGS website that there's only 15 known. That would be a pretty cool one to find. It's like a needle in a haystack. Like, I can't even tell you how many freaking coins I go through on a weekly basis. It's crazy. You'd probably think that's crazy.
Number 35 is a struck on a feeder finger coin. So feeder fingers help the blank planchets get fed properly so that they can be struck, but those are made of aluminum, and sometimes those break off and get struck themselves, and so they're super rare types of errors, and in this case it sold for over $4,000 when one of those aluminum feeder fingers broke off and was struck with a penny obverse and reverse. Number 34 is an overstruck coin that also sold for $4,600 I think something to pay attention to on this coin. It looks, it's been circulated, it was in circulation, but you can tell that there's almost this roof underneath, and then some of the lettering on closer examination has been struck twice and rotated a bit, and they can tell based off of the type of date that that's a 1960D.
Cool.
And yeah, sort of a good reminder that you can look on any coin. It's not a known variety. It was just a one-time happening, but it still sold for a lot of money, and it's pretty rare.
Yeah, every coin.
1983, there were some transitional planchet. So in 1982, they went midway through the year from a bronze planchet to a zinc planchet, and they had a few of the old bronze planchets that stuck around and made their way into the dies and got struck. So they're heavier than the 2.5 gram modern planchet, and this one sold for $4,000 in 2018. There's also other years to look for. I think some of those will be in this presentation. This coin was struck on a 40 grain magnetic washer, which is pretty crazy. But there are a fair amount of coins that have been struck on washers over the years.
Really?
And they sold for $4,900. In 1974S, there's an aluminum coin from 1974 that's supposed to be worth millions of dollars, but it's illegal to own. This is probably the next best thing, where the Philippines, we struck coins for lots of other different countries, and here is an aluminum coin. We were striking aluminum planchet 1 centimo coins. And so this one was from 1974, and somehow one of those 1 centimo planchets got struck with the penny obverse die. Sold for over $5,000. Here's another great double denomination coin. This is a 1999 Lincoln cent at number 30 that was struck on a much older 1980D Roosevelt dime. You can see Roosevelt's bust pretty clearly, but most of the denomination and coin is taken up by Lincoln's, the regular Lincoln Memorial design. This one is number 29. It's an 1888 overdate Indian head cent, and it's an 8/7. So at the end of 1887, there must have been an 1887 die that was going to be used to punch Indian head pennies, but they struck over just that one date punch with an 8 to make it 1888/7. It's very rare, and they sell for many thousands of dollars. Certainly the key Indian to look for.
Saving all my
the 1888 is not like a super rare date, so it's something that you can keep searching. Number 28 is this struck on a Philippines 5 centimo planchet. I just thought that this was super cool because it was a wavy edge penny and it's well off center, but it is some type of Lincoln Memorial cent for those Filipino coins. But there's some other later over strikes that we'll be looking at as well. Here's what I had alluded to earlier. This one's a really nice one. Number 27, 1989D Lincoln cent that's struck on a pre-1983 copper planchet. This sold for $7,500, and it's more expensive and rare because this copper planchet stuck around for a long time before being struck. So if we found an even more modern one, that would be awesome. 1971S. This is also a struck on aluminum planchet coin, but not the legendary 1974. This sold for $8,000, but a pretty long time ago, so probably has appreciated a fair amount today. And it looks like there's some circulation on this, but people must have been like, hey, this is a super underweight penny. I'm going to pull it out of circulation. Number 25, we've got the transitional strike. Again, 1982D. It has to do with the type of date and the planchet that it should have been. So it's supposed to be with this, I believe, small date version. It's supposed to be struck on the 2.5 gram planchet, but this one was the 3.1 gram planchet, and as a result, it's technically like a mule or a wrong planchet coin that sold for $8,400. Number 24, we have
the first one of those sold for like $18,000. So, wow, look at that.
Obverse die break. Again, we talked about die breaks, but in this case, the die actually was struck into the reverse of the coin and was retained. It didn't fall away, and so it's a super unique error that's very challenging to find. This one sold for $9,000. Number 23 is a 1965 Lincoln cent that was struck on a silver dime planchet. Super fun fact, we actually struck coins in 65 and 66 out of 90% silver. It's just that we backdated them to 1964, so that's why it's reasonable that we have a cent coin from 1965 that's struck on a 90% silver dime planchet. It would have been so much more incredible if it was a 1967 struck on a silver dime planchet. This sold for $9,200. Really nice looking coin. And then after that, number 22, we have a reverse brockage where there was, and it also has the brockage of a 1973 S cent, but this means that a 1973 S cent was stuck to one of the dies, one of the reverse dies, and so instead of getting struck with the die of a Lincoln Memorial, we have the obverse, but the reverse, like the imprint impression of the 1973 S. This sold for 5 figures in 2020. And number 21, we have the famed 1969 S Lincoln cent double die obverse, also super clear, 1955. 5 is the Wheat Penny King, 1969S is the Lincoln Memorial King, and this one sort of starts at a floor of $10,000, but this one's a great one, really famed coin, and from time to time somebody pulls one out of their pocket change and makes a lot of money. So really fun story and something to look for that's attainable. A lot of these ones now are basically not, especially something like this, a 1981 cent that was struck onto a 1981 Kennedy half dollar. I think that they must have been, you know, at this point sort of playing around at the mint, but $13,000 is nothing to laugh at. Number 19 is going to be a 1943 S Lincoln cent that's struck on a dime planchet, sold for $14,000 as well. There's some really famous 1943 strikes because that was the year that we were striking these with zinc and steel planchets so that we could conserve metal for the war effort. But we'll talk about that more coming up in a little bit. This one circulated a little bit, but then somebody must have said, hey, this is the wrong thing, and plucked it out of pocket change. Common story. This one, again, I don't think that this one made its way out of the mint. This was a struck on a Virginia quarter, super nice eye appeal from 2000, and there were a lot of errors made in the 1999, 2000, and 2001 period. 2002 on, we cracked down as a U.S. mint.
Come on.
Right here, we've got a mated pair error, which is when you have both of the error coins that are involved in an error. And as a reminder, in Panama, we strike coins
this guy's
for
a
them,
little out of tolerance.
and they have the same currency as the U.S. dollar. It's just in the Balboa, but it's fixed and pegged at a 1-to-1 ratio. So in this case, both of these coins would have been struck kind of at the same time,
Save that,
and
5,
I
6,
guess
7
I'm trying to
is
think
your
how it
normal.
would have worked. So we would have
So it's
this
almost
coin
2/10 of a
get,
gram light.
oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. Here's the brockage. So this coin would have been affixed to the dies and struck into this penny, and then this must have had a maybe they flipped over, yes, because this was fully struck. So we have the Panama 10th Balboa design in the background, and then must have gotten a strike from an obverse 1974S. Anyways, sold for over $20,000. This pair combined, both 5-figure coins, but you want to keep these together because it's incredible to have both. Number 16 is the 1856 Flying Eagle cent. This is the
Look at
first
that.
small size U.S. cent, and there's proof and mint state versions, but it was a design after the large cent, which was produced up into 1857. We had the Flying Eagle cent from 1857 to 1858, but there were some very limited edition runs that were struck in 1856.
I actually had one in
So
horrible
super
condition.
important small size penny. And as a note, we're only focused on the small size pennies today.
Where is it? Oh, it's right
15,
here.
we've got a cent that's struck on a Sacagawea dollar. The prices are starting to get more expensive.
my-
This one sold for
Flying
$35,000. This 1943 Lincoln cent, again, it's that year where there's a lot of crazy things
horrible
going on at the
condition.
mint. And this one was struck on a Cuba 1 centavo coin. That's another country that we struck coins for since I want to say like 1914, 1915, and
I gotta
yeah,
go out and get some
$38,000. It's probably also helped by the fact that the
I always
undertype
forget.
is really clear there, so we still see that Cuban star and everything. Really neat. Number 13 is going to be a 1933D Lincoln cent that's struck with a dime reverse die, so it's what's called a mule coin. This one was made from sold for $51,750. Really clear reverse strike. The obverse isn't quite as pretty, and we'll see some other mules later. But this one was an 1859 Indian head cent that was actually had the obverse struck on an 1857 half dime. We used to have silver half dimes instead of the nickel composition, which we switched to in 1866. This sold for over $70,000. Number 11 is one of those Indian head cents again.
Oh,
this
often
is
you hear me
struck on
say
a
that.
quarter eagle $2.50 gold coin
Oh my
planchet.
god. Imagine
And that quarter eagle would have been 1/8 of an ounce of gold. And so you can see this is a little bit bigger than the host planchet, so it's slightly
Ridiculous.
off center, or appears, not to fill the full planchet. But that was our first $100,000 coin of today's presentation.
makes you wish you knew
Number
somebody at the
10 is a
mint, eh?
1944. So 1943, we're striking them on zinc
Yes, I
coated
do.
steel,
I
and
know a lot of
in
people.
1944 we go back to the copper planchet. But there were a few of the leftover zinc coated steel planchets that remained at the mint, and this one got struck with 1944 dies, and so those have been, I believe, observed at the Denver and San Francisco mints as well. Number 9, though, we're going to go back to, and I actually handled one of these. There's 3 of these known. This is a 2001D Lincoln cent, and this is the most attractive of them. The other one sold for about $66,000 and $78,000, I want to say. This sold for $114,000. Mint State 66 red with the 2001D obverse look and the dime reverse, Roosevelt dime reverse. Number 8 is going to be a 1999. I don't think that there's multiple of these ones known. Super nice looking coin, and it's muled
This one
with
seems
the
light,
dime
too.
reverse again.
Eh,
So that
it's
seems
not.
to be a common theme. Happens
the
because
gram light.
the dime is a pretty similar size to the penny. That's why it's plausible that some of these were made. Though there's a good chance that there's mint interference here as well. If they catch these, they're going to try to find all of them, melt them down, but they become super valuable. 1859, talk about some of the cool mule coins. This is number 7. It's a dual obverse mule, so both of these sides are struck with obverse dies, and I'd be curious to see what this would go for today. It could be pretty expensive. That brings us to number 6, which is our aluminum Judd. It's technically like a pattern coin, but leading up to 1943, they struck an aluminum 1942 cent proof strike, really gorgeous item, and this one was retained in private hands and sold for $200,000 as well. Our number 5 coin is going to be the classic 1943 struck on a bronze planchet. Some of the
Imagine
worst
that.
condition ones are going to be worth less than this. This one was $350,000. Really nice appearance. It's got an authentic look. And you can see that there's been a fair amount of like scratching and bag marks, but it's just a beautiful coin, a great piece of coin history. It should be that steel composition. And the number 4 is going to be this gorgeous 1944 San Francisco mint coin that was left over as well, but it's just beautiful. So unlike some of the other ones, this one is in gorgeous condition. That's why it gets to $400,000. We're
Jeez.
approaching and certainly past the house range. Number 3, this is a 1943 S. So the S and D are a little bit rare. This one, though, again, nice condition. This one sold for $500,000, upwards of $500,000. Just so much value in this item. Number 2 is going to be a really interesting, and it's maybe a contrast with the number 1, but 1943D. This coin at one point traded hands for $1.7 million, but when it came up for auction in 2021, the bids didn't get that high, and it sold for $840,000. So that's a huge loss that somebody took on this coin, but maybe also represents that there have been people who are willing to pay much more for it in the past. It's been struck on a bronze planchet, and I believe that it's the only one known. known, whereas there's like 20 total struck on bronze planchet 1943 coins. The Denver Mint is the super rare one, and that brings us to our number one. I know I've been speeding through, but I want to keep your attention and not waste your time.
Thanks, buddy.
This is the double die obverse coin. One of these recently sold in excess of $1 million, and because it's a recent sale result, that's why I catapulted it over the 1943D. There are, I believe, 2 of these known, potentially 3, but it's plausible that another one could come to market. And super clear doubling, but just much rarer than any of the other ones. This was in the last year of production for the Wheat Penny series, and super strong north-south spread, very clear in the In God We Trust again. There were some other contenders like a 1959D Wheat Penny, but that hasn't been certified, so I probably should have put it in, but here's its honorable mention. But yeah, this is the big one. In a little bit worse condition, it sold for $300,000, but I also think it's super exciting because it's probably more findable than one of the bronze. You know, that's a very obvious one. Here on the 1958, while it's obvious, there haven't been that many people searching for 1958 double die obverses, so it's a great reminder to check those 1958 coins. That can even come up in change. I mean, the odds are astronomically low of actually finding one, but it's super exciting, and I'm very glad to be able to present it to you today. So many great coins from 1 to 50, and I could probably make a top 500 pennies list or something like that. That would be an ambitious target, but would be crazy and maybe a fun journey that I could get. So whether it was number 50, number 1, or you get any of these coins on this list, each of them could be a centerpiece of a coin collection. And make sure to subscribe for some similar videos in the future from Treasure Town, trying to do my best to educate from a good numismatic perspective without too much hype, but also staying excited, about the great coins that are out there. Thanks for watching the video.
Good video,
don't forget to like, comment.
Okay. Definitely like. I think I am. Oh, look, I'm not subscribed. Okay. I think that's it for me. I gotta go do some stuff, my normal Saturday stuff. If I don't get to the bagel place early enough, I'm not getting bagels. Of course, I don't really want any bagels. They're not really that great for me. They're not really for me. So maybe I should stop being so selfish. That's a weird coin. I'm just going through the last 4, 5, 6 coins in my hand, and we're gonna call it quits. I think we're an hour. Look at that short stream today, an hour and 20 minutes. Wait a minute. I thought I saw something on that I did not see. Oh, come on. Cool to end on a Clash Die Kanaka Ule. You know, I do not have a live chat pulled out from this video. There's a little die chip on the plane, the wing. It's pretty ugly, but I'm going to save it. Might be able to clean it up a little bit. I've had one on my eBay store with a nice large die chip on the wing, and that thing's just been sitting there, so I'm not optimistic. But these things, sometimes they're popular, and then you sell a whole bunch of them. Other times they just sit. Alright, that's it. I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.